Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today making my predictions for the 2024 installment of the Saudi Arabia PLE, the King and Queen of the Ring. So we'll kick things off with the first tournament final of the show, and that'll be the Queen of the Ring, where we'll see newcomer to Monday Night Raw, Lyra Valkyria, take on the winner of the SmackDown final that happened on Friday of Bianca Belair or Nia Jax. Now I can see any of the three people remaining winning this thing. I originally thought the finals were going to be Lyra Valkyria taking on Tiffany Stratton, with Stratton walking out with the trophy and the crown. Now for the SmackDown final, I could see Nia Jax winning with Jade Cargill getting involved and somehow getting DQ'd again. So this way she beats Bianca Belair by DQ, and then that could be a thing planted in seeds for the eventual breakup of the women's tag team champions right now. But I see Jade getting involved and it being successful to where Bianca Belair defeats Nia Jax to move on to the final to take on Lyra. And Bianca Belair somehow, someway comes out on top and wins and becomes the new Queen of the Ring. With Bianca Belair, it seems like a lot of things that WWE go about people getting more and more accomplishments to just add on to a resume regardless of the sense making at the time. And I think Bianca Belair adding the Queen of the Ring tournament crown to her trophy case that adds on, and she would just need to win the Money in the Bank to pretty much have done everything a woman could do in WWE besides winning the new Women's World Championship that's currently on Monday Night Raw. Now I think with Belair winning with some Cargill help to get into the final will add the seed to when the eventual split comes that we all feel coming here soon, of when Jade turns on Bianca Belair going, "You only won that tournament because of me. Nia Jax would have beat you, or I would have beat you if I didn't get DQ'd the match before." So when the dust settles in the desert for this women's tournament, Bianca Belair will be walking out with the crown and the scepter as the new Queen of the Ring. So now on to our next match, and that'll be a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship, where Sami Zayn will be putting his title on the line against Chad Gable and Big Bronson Reed. Now for this match, I could see Chad Gable weaseling his way in after Bronson Reed does something, getting him out of there and wins to become the new Intercontinental Champion. But I think Sami Zayn is going to retain his title in this triple threat, with Chad Gable just basically belittling and smacking around the rest of Alpha Academy right now. I think him losing here will be the catalyst to just fully end it, and we'll see the clean break very, very soon with the group. We've seen the Creed brothers waiting in the wings, and we know once those three get together, and who knows what happens with Ivy Nile in this situation, we know when that happens, we're going to see a run of the Creeds and Chad Gable all gunning and probably gaining gold in this. Now for Sami Zayn, with him retaining his championship here, I could see feuds with maybe Jey Uso, considering he's kind of in this weird middle ground. Ricochet, because he was gunning for gold, maybe he cashes in his speed title or something to get a chance at that IC title. Or a plain old singles match with Bronson Reed happens after this triple threat. If he wouldn't be involved with the pinfall, he could just say, "I wasn't pinned, you didn't beat me," and then him and Sami Zayn to go at it and probably have a banger match on Raw. So we'll see how things shake up for Sami Zayn after he retains his Intercontinental Championship here on Saturday. So now on to match number 3, and that'll be our second tournament final. This will be the King of the Ring final, where we'll see Gunther take on the winner of Randy Orton and Tama Tonga. Now for the SmackDown side, I think Randy Orton will be taking on Gunther, just because I don't want to see like the Bloodline infusion kind of screw over Gunther here, because with this brand split allegedly happening, even though our main event is people on 2 different shows going at it, I think it's just that'll be a seed planted, and it would be too late, because we know what's next for these Bloodline guys with Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa, that they're all going to have their new group join up, and then Roman, the Usos, and someone else are all going to form together, and it's going to be old Bloodline versus new Bloodline somewhere down the road. And I also think Randy Orton will have backup on SmackDown, to where if shenanigans is to ensue, he'd have some help and it would be an easy one-on-one match. And I don't think the chainsaw of the Bloodline Tama Tonga is going to gang his way into the final to take on Gunther. So with all that being said, with the tournament final being Gunther versus Randy Orton, I think this tournament was made for the winner, Gunther, to become the King of the Ring. With Gunther being in this weird spot to where it doesn't seem like he's in this world title mix right now, because he got put in this tournament, and even before that he kind of disappeared after he lost at WrestleMania for a minute and then came on back in and got into the tournament. I think this is just a tide over to say, hey, Gunther's the King of the Ring. He doesn't need to be in this world title mix right now. He can just be the King of the Ring right now. But I'd have zero clue what could be next for Gunther. I could see him maybe going for the Intercontinental Championship, but I don't feel like he'll win that, and I think that kind of messes up this momentum here to where he was the King of the Ring, then he loses trying to get back back what he lost. Also, with the next PLE being Clash at the Castle and all signs pointing to it being Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, I just think Gunther's going to be in this weird middle ground where he's just smacking people's chests and beating the hell out of people on Raw until that spot opens up at the top of the card for the World Championship. So now on to our co-main event of the evening, and that'll be for the Women's World Championship, where Becky Lynch will be putting her title on the line against Liv Morgan. This will also be the shorts video of the PLE. That'll be up tomorrow at 9 a.m. A little different music choice. We're going to try to mix that up here on the future, so come back to watch that tomorrow at 9 a.m. here. And for this match, with Becky winning it in the Battle Royal, I think I see a trend where Triple H doesn't want people to have like their World Championship moment come in this multi-person match to where they just like, hey, they outlasted all these people and won. So I think Liv Morgan will be walking out of Saudi Arabia as the new world champion here. I think regardless of the stuff we hear about Becky Lynch, even if that comes to fruition or happens, I think Liv Morgan was going to win here from the start after she didn't win in the Battle Royal. Because if we just look at this, I think Liv Morgan can get the Women's World Championship, and then she just starts building and building and building and building herself, this whole revenge tour thing she's got going, and then all of a sudden Rhea Ripley comes walking back through the door and probably has to go through Liv Morgan and some of the Judgment Day. And I think Liv beating someone of Becky's stature in this women's division just adds more to that, and this also harkens back to their feud they had back 2 years ago, I believe, to where you'll see some of that tomorrow, to where it was, oh, everyone wanted Liv to win and it was just like a thing, to where now I could see some backlash if Liv wins, to where the crowd's gonna be booing because she took out Rhea Ripley, and then for that triumphant return of Mommy back coming for her title, just blow the roof off of whatever arena they're in. So now on to our main event of the evening, the winner take all, which turned into a winner just wants one thing match, where we'll see Cody Rhodes putting the undisputed WWE Championship on the line against the United States Champion Logan Paul. Nothing real deep about this match. Like, I feel like this is a foregone conclusion. Like, Cody and Logan Paul have a good match. Everyone will be like, hey, Logan Paul is good at this. We'll go through the same whole thing we go through every time he's in a match. And Cody Rhodes will be walking out still the WWE Champion here. Now, for what's next with Cody, I have no idea, because it feels to me, and I think to a lot of people, the guy to face Cody is Gunther. He's on Raw. We're allegedly adhering to this brand split, even though Logan Paul does not work on SmackDown. He's getting a chance at the title, and he's on Raw. And I think one little problem here that maybe could have been remedied and fixed with the draft is if Cody was on Raw instead of SmackDown. Because if we just think about this, throughout Roman Reigns' historic title reign on the Blue brand, he was just murdering everyone. And they're all, for the most part, still on the show. And there's no one right now you could see having a long feud with Cody. Now, if he was on Raw, you can maybe see a different mix of people to where it's not like, oh, Cody's going to face, let's say he was going to have a match with Kevin Owens on SmackDown. Like, oh, Roman beat him, I think like 4 times it feels like. There's still that Orton feud we can have with Cody, and you can harken back on their history, which I think that'll be good. But for the most part, it just feels like everyone on SmackDown was left for dead after losing to the Tribal Chief, and now Cody's trying to pick up the ashes and rebuild this thing on Friday nights. So we'll see what's next for the American Nightmare after he retains his title on Saturday. So that'll do it for my predictions for the King and Queen of the Ring Tournament PLE. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the short of Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, starting the first full week of June, so June 3rd on Monday, we'll have a Superstar Spotlight for a WWE person, and then on Wednesdays, there'll be a spotlight for an AEW wrestler. Those will be kind of the summer holdover since the Madden franchise has come to an end. So if you want to see that, hit subscribe and come back to see those in the next month. So with all of that being said, there's still 3 more wrestling videos coming to the channel this week with this jam-packed Memorial Day weekend we have here, with 2 more shorts and with another predictions video coming on Thursday. So if that interests you, come on back for that on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So hopefully you'll come back for those. And as always, thanks for watching.